You know what?
Or
Taking in a player is like adding another child to your family, right? If you don't look at it that way, you shouldn't do it. That's
well
just
said.
the brass tacks of it. Week to week, he gets up and puts his socks on just like me.
Sure.
The way the Greyhounds operate their schedule, they're more like a pro day, and they changed this. I want to say in the second year that I did it. Because this is my third year billeting, and they have a more pro style day, so they're out the door at like 8 o'clock or 8:30, and at the rink early, and they do the bulk of their on ice and rink work in the morning, and then there'll be optional skates in the afternoon, and sometimes they do specials groups or certain guys doing indie work or goalie work. They go to the rink about 4 hours early to do all their preparation, stretch, get warmed up, look at film, just do their prep stuff.
So I guess what I'd like to kind of go on, and I think, and you can agree with this or not, G, is that I think the biggest challenge of billeting is taking that step to do it. I think that might be the biggest challenge. And I don't mean that in any way I think it's just people, they wonder, what is this going to change in my life? What is this going to affect? How is this going to help me grow? So that's the first point that you can react on. The second point that I'll bring up is, how has billeting helped grow you as connection to the Greyhounds or the community or the fans?
I've had every one of them at my restaurant. I've had every one of them in my house. I've had every one of them interact with my kids. I've left them here alone. I've never had a single issue. They're all extremely polite. I think a lot of the, character references when they're doing their scouting and making their picks, I feel like the Hounds draft or trade for a certain kind of human being. And so I think the biggest thing people worry about is like, I'm going to have this, crazy young man hockey guy who's reckless, and he'll ruin my house and he'll be disrespectful. And it couldn't be anything further than that. That is not even close. The worst these guys do is come over and eat all my kids' bear paws. They're just snack fiends and drink all my kids' yogurt drinks. And that's mostly Kluche, but they're wonderful. They're wonderful young men. And I think it's a privilege to be able to bill it. Once you get started, these guys are not reckless. They're not going to ruin your stuff. They are a family add, not a family subtract, and so we're eating around the table, and a month is up, and, Julian's like, oh, can't imagine where you're going to go live after you just lived on the golf course. Like, just being Jules and just bugging Travi. He's quiet, especially last year. He's a lot more of an open book now, but, Travi just kind of mumbles out of his food. I kind of hope I get to stay here. And the
There
rest
you
is
go.
history. They're fantastic.